Good morning, everyone. So it's a little before 10:30. We'll give it a couple more minutes. I just wanted to let you all know that we have started the recording. We'll give it a couple more minutes, and then we are happy to have Mike Flanagan with us today, and he will be sharing his screen, and he's taking over our meeting. So hang tight. If you have any questions, make sure to let us know. All right, guys. So welcome to our Power Hour today. We have Mike Flanagan here from Movement Mortgage, and he's going to be talking to us today about his amazing marketing suite of products that we have available for our use. So without further ado, take it over, Mike.
Thank you. So good morning, everybody. Happy to be back with y'all. And today, you hear us talk about things that we offer to the Lux Group as part of our, co-branding agreements and co-marketing agreements. Maybe the most powerful one that is far underutilized is Total Expert. This is something to use in concert with your own marketing platforms, but it's complimentary, available to you, to any Lux Group agents. If it's something you're interested in, let me know. I'll send you an invitation link so you can sign up and build your profile. This is a semi-training environment, so you'll see some stuff in here, and my apologies if some of the functions don't entirely work, but you'll be able to get a gist of what we can do in here and what you can do in here. There will be some differences. Mine is loan-facing. Yours would obviously be realtor-facing, but the the gist of it is the same. There's just some stuff that is more pertinent to a lender than a real estate agent. And so they, for ROI tracking and different things like that, it's just organized differently. So when you log into Total Expert, you're going to see this dashboard. It is just basically an overview of, where mine says loan volume funded. These would be different closings that you've had over the time from leads that were either in our system or came through our system, or ones that you closed with us. So this is just kind of the jumping off point. The thing is broken down. There's basically three major values to this. It's print marketing. You have access to a ton of co-branded flyers. You have access to Everydoor direct mail and postcards, where you can create them, make them, ship them, send them, pay for them, never have to touch them, all done through here automatically. You can do anything that you want as far as creating PDFs for some of our different programs, Mass Housing 100, Path flyers, different kinds of credits that we're offering. If there's something you want to market to, it's right in here. There's also e-marketing, which is, different lead capture websites, lead capture applications, email marketing, drip campaigns, distribution lists. You can, if you want to send something out to all past clients, you can have them in here and you can import them. And it obviously has a CRM and loan management, where you can, if you have a loan in process with us, you can track it as it goes and know exactly where everything is at all times. It's great for accountability. Our system is set up for accountability in many different ways. Those of you that have done loans with us recently will see the new updated system, where you get an email every time something hits a new milestone. Approved with conditions, appraisal ordered, appraisal received, appraisal reviewed, final approval. It'll send you an email notification along the way, and it also tracks this in here. So if you have a couple loans going and you want to jump in and see where to get that, you'll have all that information at your fingertips. So I'll start with the print marketing. This is just the most basic. You'll have this set of options on your left-hand side. You would just click on print marketing, create new. Mine's going to have everything that we have in our system. Yours will bring up everything that's available for co-branding with the real estate agent. If you wanted to do a Path as a credit, it's a $500 closing cost credit that we offer to past military, public service, police, firefighters, teachers, etc. So you could just go right in here, type in Path in the search bar, brings up the Path flyer, click on it, you can see what it is, click expand. Yours is only going to bring up the co-branded or the single brand. Co-branded if you had my information on it. Actually, I think you guys are going to have to do for this particular one the co-brand, because it is so you're not the ones offering the credit, I am. But you would hit select. I will select Tracy, have mine, customize and publish, and bam. Tracy needs to update his logo in his picture. We can do that for him. But you would have right here, it would create the flyer. Save first draft. Everything's there. Save and publish. And bam. Now you can create your PDF. You can print and ship, where they'll actually print nice, glossy finish ones and ship them to either my office or your office. You all have free reign to order what you want. I mean, don't go and order 10,000 of these, but order a pack here and there. We'd be happy to cover all the charges and get everything in. It's fully compliant. It's fully RESPA compliant. Everything in here has been denoted, what we can and can't do. As you will see when we get to some of the other stuff, if there's stuff that you have to pay for per RESPA, it will prompt you to do so. This stuff is all, because it's all just electronic marketing, there's no actual cost to it. There's no real charge to it. So generate PDF. and it brings it up for you. Nice, professional. Our marketing department comes up with these all the time. It's very, very sleek. Everything is well organized and well put together. Some of the other stuff that we've done in the past, we've had our meetings about condo approvals and projects that we've got approved for you guys, ones that we've done in the past. You can create co-marketing pieces around that. So if I go to my approved, we should have done one with, I think Tony had us approve a condo in Southbridge. So let's go to print marketing, create new. I'm looking for an old one. I'll go to saved, approved. You'll find one like this, the Renaissance at Smith Place. We have one approved for Tony. I have to find it. I thought it was in here. But again, this is the training environment, so it might not have copied over. Just letting you know that now we're financing that. You can bring this on listing presentations. Hey, I already have a lender that has this project approved for financing. Great marketing, great to put on Facebook, great to blast out to the communities, paper the communities, send them in. Just letting people know that financing is available there. It's a good thing to get your impression, get your face on, and establish yourself as the subject matter expert in that particular area. You can co-brand certain things. This is a useful one. A lot of agents love this. It is a length of recovery. So if you want to have this on your wall, just to reference, it'll tell you how long it takes to recover from a short sale, deed in lieu, foreclosure, Chapter 7 bankruptcy, Chapter 13, and it goes across all the different programs. Conventional, here's the timeline, FHA, VA, USDA. So if you ever want to have one like that, just to reference, again, it's in there. Just an example, all different things that are available here through this print marketing. Mass Housing 100, if you want to generate the 100% financing flyers to post in schools around town, community centers, wherever you want to do some lead generation. It explains how we help with the down payment, where the program is. It would have my information here, and yours would be just to the right of it, like the co-branded flyers we have. You can also do, I know that the last time I was in your Power Hour, Tracy did a lot of talking about postcards, every door direct mail. So we have direct mail postcards in here. All these different things. You have making the switch from renting to buying, down payment assistance programs. This is a Pennsylvania one, but there's obviously one for the mass housing. So if you wanted a flyer area rich with first-time home buyers, you could do that. Everything just from Happy New Year. That probably is a lender-facing one. Open houses, just listeds, just sales, just sold. So we'll put on this open house one just for an example. We'll select it. I'm gonna do it with Tracy, and you can do all this from your side. It'll list when you sign up for this, it's gonna ask for your license and your MLS credentials. We don't do anything with them other than link them to your listings to you. You will have all of your stuff here. So that's the number one hang up, but I don't want to give you access to my MLS. It does not give us any access to it. All it does, we can't go through and look at MLS. It's just going to show listings that you have, and it will link them to you. These are all different ones that are either in your office, Tracy specific, different things that he has access to. So we'll just take this Sunrise Ave in Grafton as an example. We'll select that one. You can also put in an MLS number. So if it's not your particular listing and you happen to do an open house that you want to market, you can put the MLS number for any listing in here and it will pull it up. Customize and publish. And it inlays all of the pictures from that particular property on here. It will put in the address. You have to physically put in the date, month, and time of this open house. We don't get a lot of the open house postcards, but the same principles go for a just listed or just sold. you can put all the details and change any of this around. We'll just, for argument's sake, save first draft. It'll give you a larger updated version of it that you can look at. You can zoom in, make sure you can change the pictures in and out. You click on one, it's going to give you all the picture options. So if I want to make sure that I showcase the pool, boom, click, point, all super easy to use, super easy to customize and put it however you want it. You can move these pictures around, change them in and out, do whatever you need. So we will save and request approval. These do need to be approved by compliance, just to make sure that you're not putting in interest rates, different things like that, things that we can't control, just to make sure that everything is compliant. It doesn't take very long. It takes usually a couple hours. They'll review it, make sure it's all good, and then you can go right back into it. When you do have one that is approved, you'll then have the options to do what you want with it. Find an old one here. Here's the just listed. You can either generate a PDF of that, you can, or you can do UPS, every door direct mail. If you want to do every door direct mail, it automatically interfaces you directly into the EDDM website. Punch in the address, that you want to target. And here it gives you all of the EDDM routes. Click on it, it'll show you how many are residential, how many of that residential, how many break down to be apartment, single family, PO boxes. So if you're doing converting renters to buyers, you might want to look for, you know, something with a higher apartment concentration. This one's about 50-50. You know, it doesn't make a ton of sense to send one with no apartments in it. Or if you know an area rich with apartments, you can target that as well. But we'll just take this Shrewsbury one for argument's sake. Click submit. Something went wrong. Please try selecting your route again. Let's try a different route. Yeah. Again, this is a training environment, and what that would do is it would take you to the payment breakdown, and it would show you how much you're being charged and how much we're being charged. Again, I have the authorization to do really what I want with you guys. You know, don't go and order $10,000 worth of stuff. One, I don't think you're going to find the return on that, and you know, I'll get a stern talking to. So make sure that it makes sense in what you're ordering and how you're targeting it. If you want to talk about it or, you know, conspire with us on good ways to utilize this, by all means, please reach out.
What is the payment split?
It's going to depend on the marketing piece itself. So if we go back to the postcards, the neighbor advantage. Hey neighbor, I see you're selling your home. You ready for a new home? So this is, you know, trying to generate some seller advantage apps where we get people approved for financing before they, you know, go out shopping. It kind of helps when you have a sale contingency on your offer if you've got the full pre-approval and stuff done. Well, this is mostly loan marketing. It's not as much realtor. So it's dedicated to the amount of space on here. So this one I would pay 70% of, and the co-marketer would pay 30% of. If you go to like open house, it flips. This is mostly real estate facing. So 70% co-marketer, 30% lender, because I'm basically just paying for the space that I'm on there on the back and where my logos, et cetera, are. This is all RESPA compliant. It's all been done within CFPB specs. So you don't need to worry about, you know, someone coming back later and saying, hey, you know, what was the break here? Why did you pay for this? Why did Mike pay for that? Blah, blah, blah. It's all pretty much in here. Home buyer workshop, I mean, 50-50 split. I'm not doing a ton of postcards on that. But again, you don't necessarily need to use it as a postcard. You can generate it as a PDF. And if you know, this is a nice size for a Facebook graphic. So it's easy, it's professionally done. You can put in the details, go ahead and generate it. That would have no cost because we're not doing anything with it. You know, it's just print marketing. If you do have condominium projects approved, you can do the, this is a really good one because it'll establish you as the owner of the project. You know, you're the face of the real estate agent, but this is a lot of lender information. So if you want to, you know, market some condo project in Worcester or Grafton or someplace with a good project that we have approved, you know, this one's only 10% co-market or 90% lender, but you get a lot of value out of it because they kind of look at that as a coming from the agent. Just sold, 70-30, just listed. You know, there's a lot of different options in here. And we can also do custom ones. So like if you wanted to do a mass housing or a VA or a program that you're targeting in a concentration rich area, when we go to this dashboard, you will see on here that there is somewhere marketing request form. This is basically for custom orders. So if you want to send it to them, send them, you know, some pictures or some information, and they'll kind of, you know, come up with a draft and send it out to us custom. And that's just if any of our cookie cutter stuff doesn't work. So a lot of great stuff in there as far as the print marketing. It's in multiple languages. So if you speak Spanish or another language, you can find a lot of, you know, a lot of the flyers have been translated to different things, to different languages so that you can use it directly. They used to be right up top, but you know, I don't know if you have any bilingual people. We do have a bilingual loan officer in our office. So if you have someone that you're having trouble with that language barrier and you need some help, reach out to us. We do have a manufactured a mobile home program in the state of New Hampshire. So if anybody's in New Hampshire, sometimes those can be decent little deals. Nobody does a lot of them. We don't have any plans to roll it out in Massachusetts just yet, but if anybody has a New Hampshire or Connecticut license, you'll see some of these mobile home things around. You know, just scroll through. What is there? 534 pieces in here, and I would say about half of them are ready for you to co-brand and co-market with. Home ownership checklists, you know, making your home buyer dream a reality. It's great content stuff. It's great to have these things out there and in the marketplace. I would say that's the, you know, tip of the iceberg. Most of the stuff that people use and utilize is in the e-marketing and the CRM and loan management. So if you have a loan in process with us, I think Tim's got one. So this is a Tim Horn-Eldred loan. Shout out to Tim. I don't know if you're on here or not, but we're going to use this one as an example today. You can see right here, it tells you that appraisal's been ordered. So there's no games. I can't tell you I've ordered the appraisal and it hasn't been. I can't tell you the appraisal's back when it hasn't been. It gives you the status update right at the very top here. There's important dates down the side. I couldn't get everything translated into here in time for this meeting, but you'll see the application date comes through. It'll tell you when I pulled the credit, when the appraisal gets in. If there's an arm on it, we'll tell you the expiration date, has the closing date. Just make sure your closing dates match this. We pull them right off of the purchase and sale, but if you ever see a discrepancy, it's good to reach out and ask us why. Sometimes you will see this as a date earlier than your closing date, and that's one that we're hyper worried about, a mortgage contingency. So we want everybody to think it's closing earlier than it really is. So gives you the seller's agent, gives you the buyer's agent, gives you the borrower's information. Closing date's also at the top here. Click on more. It will also give you more dates, you know, when the app was created. So if you're saying, hey, I referred someone to you and I'm saying, you know, they haven't filled out the app on my website, you can go right in here, search them by name, you know, and it'll tell you exactly when they created the application. When the locks are locked, when they're expired, that didn't copy over. This one is locked. Underwriting approval dates didn't come. This one is underwriting approved, not final approval, but tell you when they're first payment date is, etc. So great for accountability. Again, we don't really hide anything. We want you to know where everything is at all times, and that creates a great customer experience. You can also have CRM set up. It'll track everybody that you have in here, all the contacts, anybody that's filled out an application. Mine has co-branded marketing partners and stuff, and agents and different things in here. You can set up groups, leads, current clients, insurance agents. You can set them all up. So if you want to email just the leads and say, hey, are you ready to start shopping for the house? You click on that and we'll start taking you through the process of doing a drip campaign. How do you get people in here? Well, that's where the e-marketing and the lead capture apps and everything come into play. You click on lead capture apps. This is probably actually, let me start with web marketing, because this is a great little tool. Single property websites are awesome for your Facebook profile. Anything you do with LinkedIn, Instagram, any kind of place that you're going to link to something else and you want to get exposure for these properties, and more so exposure for yourself. You want to be perceived as an active agent. You want to be perceived as the expert in your neighborhoods. So if you want to start marketing these various single properties, we're just going to create a new one. I'm going to select Tracy again. We're going to use the same Sunrise Ave in Grafton. Make sure you mark the right state so that it pulls the right stuff from MLS. This is if you want the website active or inactive. I just always leave them active. There's a couple different you can change the style of the website itself. We're going to make this one Tracy. You can't change the lender partner. That'll always be me. Go next. You could probably remove the lender partner. Nope, I guess you have to have it. Force registration. Do you want to make them fill out the lead capture before they get to see the website? That's up to you. Color scheme. You can change the colors if you want it to match your, I don't know what we got for black and white, huh?
You have to work on that.
Yeah. We'll have to get something a little Lux specific, but you can get it there. You can change the title. Page title will show up at the top. Some of the different, you can get into, customizing as much as you want of this. It's really up to you. You can select the images you want to use. Bedroom count. The one thing I will point out is watch the bathroom count. If it's 1.5, it's going to automatically go to whole numbers.
Okay.
So, go to 1.5 if it is. You want to make sure you're updating it directly, because for some reason it just automatically pulls from MLS wrong. You don't want people, you want people to get the right information. It's going to pull the remarks and stuff right out of your MLS. Everything's there. It's going to pull the list price. Most of the information comes from here. Again, you can change the pictures around that it's going to use. Click next. Everything's there. Click save. And we'll view the site. Bam, it's active. Copy the link, share it, post it. Has it all right here. You can put it on Facebook. You can link to it anywhere that you want.
Nice.
Has the gallery, automatic rotating gallery. Takes 10 seconds to set one of these up for a listing. So anytime you get one, hey, here's my new listing on your Facebook page, put it out there, get it going, get yourself, the exposure that you're looking for. It's really great to have at all times. So in addition to that, we have various lead capture apps. You would just click create to make a new one up here. It's going to give the example of what's here. And if you click on this, it has everything that we've got right now. event registration, open houses, broker opens, ice cream socials, whatever it might be that you're doing that you want to do information capture. If you have an iPad with you, just set one of these up, copy the link. We'll send them to an email on the iPad. If you need to borrow one from us, we have iPads in the office that are there for you to use. Just come on in, sign it out, bring it back on Monday. And we have iPads and Kindles. Set up a hotspot from your phone or your computer if there's no Wi-Fi. Connect to the seller's Wi-Fi, whatever you need. But you'll be able to capture everybody that comes through name, social. I mean, we'll give you the social, but name, email, phone, and what it will do is it will send it right into your leads and contacts. It will group it by where they came from, so you will know all 40 people that came through that open house that signed up. You're going to have it setting up right there. Home valuation. How many of you out there pay for home valuation websites? What's your home worth, where you do the link submission and someone clicks on it and it's lead capture. You're going to do a CMA for them and tell them how much they could get for their house on the open market. You just set it up right here. Home valuation, type in the page name, Facebook ad 1. Select the lead source. This is something I have to do because of all the different marketing partners that we've got. But let's say this is for Tony Palmerino. We'll do Tony P Marketing. Page title. Valuation. This is what's going to appear when someone clicks on it at the top of your bars here and different things. Agent. Tony P, because this is, we selected him. You can change the image to, if you're doing what is your home worth in Shrewsbury, you could pick a picture of Shrewsbury. This is a bridge in Hudson, so if you're doing something in Middlesex County or you wanted to make it specific to the area, you could select that. There are canned images for you. If you want to find a house suitable for the area, there's a few. You can add different things, or if you want to take one from the internet, you can do that. So we'll just use the canned one for now. Save landing page. Facebook ad 1. Now this is going to be all of your various sites that you have out there. You'll be able to see, the name of it, what template, what kind of website it is. You'll be able to track the performance of it. How many people registered, how many viewers that it got, the conversion rate, how many people viewed it to registered it. Is it active? When was it created? And, if you're looking at some of these that have just never had a view, never had a registration, don't waste your time using those. Or that you're not getting it in front of eyeballs. You need to readdress the marketing. If you have ones that are killing it, it's going to show right here that you have the clicks and you have the traffic that you're looking for.
So once you create that, what are you doing with it? Are you then putting that link on Facebook?
Yeah, 100%. Put it on Facebook, put it in, LinkedIn, put it anywhere that you're prospecting. Facebook's the most common one. It's, similar to like a conversion or a Boomtown ROI, different things. You can boost it. You can do ads with it, strategically place it in places. It's really great, wherever people, I'm not a real estate agent. I've come across these. I'm not entirely sure where people post them, but I do know we have a lot of people that use this because they pay $20 a month from some other service just to have this app here. If you get a website, WorcesterHomeValues.com or something, you can buy a URL and link it to this, and then the sky's the limit. It's going to make an automatic URL that you can copy and use, or you can buy a vanity URL and set it up to forward to it. So you can do it however you want. But when you put in your location, someone clicks search, it's going to show it up on the map. It's going to get some information about them. By submitting your email, it gets the authorizations that we need in order to reach out to them. It's going to have the information on the bottom. When it's not the lender doing it, this is a little more prevalent. You'd see Tony's logo, name, phone number, all in this area. Let's go to... Here's a condo one. Oh, I'm sorry. This is renting to owning. So if you want to post some stuff out there on Facebook trying to get renters converting over to owners, you can go through and create this little lead capture website. It'll have your information, my information, some myths. You need to have a 20% down payment fact. Anytime you're advertising first-time home buyer things, anytime you're publishing on Facebook, this is good stuff to have because it looks professional. It's a huge suite of stuff that you have that you can access, and it's going to give you the perception that you have this big marketing force behind you, and you do. This is sophisticated stuff that Movement pays a lot of money for, and it's professionally managed, professionally marketed. The content's always being overhauled with new programs, new stuff. It'll never get old. There's always going to be new stuff rotating in. So if you're doing first-time home buyers, this is a great resource to have. And again, it'll track the performance of it. You can see how it's doing. If you're not getting a lot of stuff from it, it's fine. You move on to the next one. Loan product splash page, new construction, renovation. If you want to target renovation loans, or especially if you have a listing that's renovation, it needs renovation. If you're either getting cash buyers or 203Ks or home style offers on this, when you post out there, what gets the most eyeballs? The $150,000 house that everybody thinks that they can turn into the next $400,000 house. Well, that is great lead capture. So if you're putting it out there, you have that $180,000 house in Worcester that's not in a terrible area, it just needs some TLC pipes are blown. I have a new listing, such and such place, do the single property site, and also have the renovation loan website in here. Someone's going to click on this, go through it, learn a little bit about renovation and what needs to be done with it. And then it's got lead capture and we'll get notification, and it basically funnels them to fill out an application. So, develop strategies, make this stuff work together. If you've got a condo listing, click on condo, and boom, it's going to talk all about condo financing. So, hey, check out my, unit 2 at Willowbrook Lofts. Go ahead and put this with it, and people will start to learn about what they can and can't do with condo loans, and we'll funnel them to fill out an application. And again, even though it's Movement Mortgage and I'll have my information on it in addition to yours, it funnels directly to your leads and contacts. You'll get an email notification and a text. You can set that up and select what you want to receive, and it will notify you the minute someone fills it out. What's really nice about random stuff like this is people don't always click on this stuff in a convenient time to get a hold of them. It could be late at night, it could be early in the morning, it could be on a weekend when you're out doing showings or listings. So what we can do is we can add a new source. And what this does is it basically, it manages your lead routing. So what we would do is say, condo at Willowbrook. Welcome email. You can set it right up to send them an email a certain amount of time after they filled it out. So there should be a condo one in here. We'll just, for argument's sake, just do first-time home buyer. Put it Tony Palmerino. You can select the delay if you want it to be 5 minutes, 10 hours. This is the same. You can do the same thing on open houses. If someone comes through an open house, what do you usually do an open house from 11 to 2 or something in that range? You want them to get an email from you at 5 p.m. once they're at home talking about the way it all works. So say that's ending at 2 o'clock. So put in a 180-minute delay. 3 hours later, it'll say, hey, here's my first-time home buyer email. Here's my information. Automatically does it for you. Then you can start the follow-up process from there. Lead assignment routing. You're only going to have the default route, and basically that's, if I wanted to send it to some other loan officer that worked for me, I could mess with that. But yours is just going to go directly to you. because I'm setting it up, I have to select Tony. Email campaign. Now, if you don't want it just to send one email, but you want to send rent versus own 30-day drip campaign, it's going to start a 30-day email campaign where it's going to email them every few days something new about converting from renting to own.
Are those drips customizable?
We have like what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have about 10 campaigns. They're always adding more. Because it's a series of emails, nobody was really taking the time to structure them. So we basically just came up with a few campaigns that were popular that would make it work. So the open house prospect, these are all tailored to people that came through your open house. So even if you do a sheet, a standard sheet and sign in,
Right.
You can then copy it over, when the open house is done and punch it into this and, just set up your landing page, go through it, punch in the name, email, phone, and then select what you want to do with these. Millennial renovation drip. The millennials love the renovation loans. They all watch DIY Network and think that they can, pimp these places out. But you know what? Their budgets are kind of strapped. Once we kind of hit them with the realism of what goes into these, it's not a bad option. They can get a bathroom updated, get a kitchen updated, fix the broken pipes that need to be done, get the house resided, scrape off that crappy peeling paint that's causing it to not go FHA. You know what I mean? Any of that stuff they can take care of through this and make the house a little bit theirs and get it at a bit of a discount. So there's stuff tailored to that. If you have other people on your team, you could share it with different users. So you could go through and select who to share it with. So, all great stuff. Again, if you need help with this, you want to do a specific campaign, let us know. We will, get you pointed in the right direction. But ultimately, we're giving you all these tools. Go out and build the business. It's all right here. What else do I have on here for you? Different things. You will have access to social media graphics. So again, building your brand online is super important right now. We have a millennial marketing class that I think everybody here should consider signing up for. They're the most influential segment of the population out there right now. They're going to be the most influential buyers probably in history. They're a larger group than the baby boomers, and they are at a shockingly low home ownership rate. A lot of people still, because it's conventional, they're chasing the business of the baby boomers who are basically on their last home purchase now. And the millennials are in the opposite. They're the ones, a baby boomer right now, if you're looking at it in long-term sense, is a one-time transaction. And the millennials are your annuity. They're going to be your first-time home buyers, but then they're going to be your list and buy later, because they're going to sell that condo, they're going to sell that first-time home, they're going to buy the next one. Not to be morbid about it, but they're going to sell their baby boomers' parents' house at some point too. Right. So if you're looking at a first-time home buyer for a millennial, that's probably 4 lifetime transactions minimum out of them. They're not, to be ignored, and they go about what they do in a very specific way. A lot of this is lead capture, and a lot of this is there for you to use to generate business. But there's almost another half of this that is just as important, if not more important, and it's social proof. If you do research, millennials and younger generation, the under 40s, they don't necessarily go to the internet to buy things. They might not go on your Facebook page. They might not go to Facebook to look and see which real estate agent they could use. But when their friend says, hey, use Nadine at the Lux Group, she really hooked me up, they're going to go on the internet and start looking for Nadine and see what kind of presence she has. If you don't have reviews online and you don't have a Facebook presence, you don't have a website, you're non-existent to them, plain and simple. And all of this is there to help flip that around. If they go on and they see that you've got condo listings and you have renovation information, you have first time, home buyer programs, down payment assistance, all that stuff, you have good reviews, like that's going to be the validation that they need to go ahead and and utilize you and reach out and call or answer the phone and return your calls and emails. If you're not on there, you're invisible. And everybody's got a guy, everybody's going to say, hey, use my guy. They're the best. Well, they're going to look at a few different names. And if you're not online and you don't have reviews on Zillow, you don't have reviews on Yelp or what is the new one? HomeLight that everybody kind of seems to be going to. HomeSnap. I don't know. There's a bunch of them. If you don't have that presence, you need to build it immediately. Otherwise, it's not going to be there. And all of this is designed to help you with that. I would almost say that is equally as important, if not more important, than the lead generation and stuff you can get from this. But everything's here to manage and run a 21st century real estate business. You have the print marketing, you have the web marketing, you have the email campaigns, websites, ROI tracking, loan tracking. Like this is a business in a box. You come in, you get your Lux business cards, you start marketing, you go out, hit the pavement, and you utilize these tools, you'll be wildly successful in the real estate business if you work hard. Hard work needs a plan. This is the plan. And we have a lot of people using this with great success. So if you need some tips, tricks, and stuff, reach out to us. That's what we're here for.
Excellent.
Any generic questions on it?
I don't have any questions.
One more piece of advice. There's a ton here, and you can get overwhelmed and bogged down in it, and you're never going to remember it from this little spiel. And I basically breeze through a lot of the different things. But if you're focusing on veterans and VA stuff, let me point out to you the different things you can do for veteran loans. That'll all be a way that you can just become the subject matter expert for that segment of the population. If you're doing first-time home buyers, let's get you hooked up with. You can go right into web marketing, social media, create new. Say you want some Facebook social media stuff. Or let's actually, this stuff is based, go to social media posts. It's optimized for the different graphic dimensions of, say, Instagram and Facebook and different things like that. So you can use them and cross-brand them and move them around. But say you want down payment assistance and bonds. You just want a nice, clean graphic for the mass housing program. It should be here. If not, I'll have them make it. Yeah, here it is. Mass housing down payment assistance. This looks like a LinkedIn one. And this is an Instagram or Facebook. So you can just have this here. Super catchy. Someone sees mass housing down payment assistance. It doesn't look like some sketchy dude on the internet with a Gmail address.
Right.
People will click on this and reach out to you. That will, get you some leads and some information on where to draw in people from looking for down payment assistance. If you do, we do Florida. There's all different ones in here. Connecticut, different places have different programs. If you're just looking for different loan products, why renovation? 87% of kitchen renovations are for a style change. It just has these little different things that you can put out there. It is movement branded, but if we want to co-brand them, if you want to do that stuff, that's what the custom request is for. We can go ahead and do it. And we have a lot of people that just push this out there. It has Movement Mortgage on it, but it's going to be your branded Facebook page or your Instagram. They're going to come to you for it. And the whole goal of any real estate agent, if you're utilizing the way Movement does business, is you want to be getting them approved and you want to be getting them qualified prior. So, hey, why renovation loans? Talk to Mike's team. They'll go through it with you and we'll explain to them. And then we have the conversation we need to get them in, get their application taken care of, getting their financials in. So you're not wasting time going into crappy renovation properties for someone that doesn't have the reserves required to do it, or, something like that. So all sorts of VA condo loans, VA condo loans are tricky. It has to be approved just like FHA does. They're hit or miss on whether or not they are. But you have a real ace in the hole being in Massachusetts. We have Operation Welcome Home from Mass Housing that is 100% veteran financing, that is a conventional loan, and they can use on any condo, any Fannie Mae approved condo. So if different things like that, pick up business where other people are losing it. Anybody that goes to a Middlesex bank or a Country Bank, or anybody that uses a loan officer at Citizens Bank, or these different places, even smaller mortgage companies, they're missing out on a massive product suite that's available out there, and they're giving business away. So again, the more people see this with your name and on your pages and your different social media platforms, the more you're going to become the expert for the area. And when Tracy was saying, pick an area, pick a place to do your postcards and do your marketing, hit that same geographic location with Facebook boosting. If you send a postcard to a neighborhood, boost a Facebook post to the same zip code, the same specs, and they'll get the postcard at night, and then they'll go on and look at their friend's kid, and then they'll see your Facebook ad. So if you kind of layer it and create a wave of the stuff that's going to hit them, that's what the successful people are doing.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much.
No problem.
That's great information.
We are always available. You've got our numbers. Call us and reach out if you need help with this, and we'll set up a time to sit down and chat and get you hooked up.